And this here is a fine tool here. This video is not yet sponsored by Lizine.
There we go. Got to reach out for a
by
sponsorship.
This time tomorrow, right?
That's right. That's right.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yes, indeed. Hey everyone, I am really excited to share this project with you all. And a couple little things I want to say as we start the video. I think this project is going to bring in a lot of people that know a whole lot more about this stuff than I do. All right. When I started this project, I had never before touched a solar panel. I had never before touched a lithium iron phosphate battery. I had never before touched a DC to AC inverter. I had never before touched a solar charge controller. I had never touched MT4 connectors. All right. So just to kind of set the stage. Now, I think I did a bang up job, and I'm excited to share it with everybody. So. I'll be using this board to mount everything to. So I'll put this on top of that metal frame, and then I'll use this to mount all the electronics to, get everything nice and tied down and secure. Here's what I'm looking at. This looks like a pretty good spot for the charge controller because both of these lines from the solar panel can easily feed in to the charge controller. And then I'll have the step-up transformer. This will be 12 volt here. I'll take the load off of the solar charge controller. And then 24 volt will then feed into the pulse width modulator for the motor. What a pulse width modulator does, it's basically a speed controller where it supplies voltages in pulses where it's either on or off. So if you have a 24 volt motor, it would supply 24 volt pulses where long pulses with brief pauses gives you a high rate of speed, and short pulses with long pauses gives you a low rate of speed. You get a lower average voltage because you're pulsing. Whenever the power is on, it's receiving 24 volts. Whenever the power is off, it receives 0 volts. So it's never actually receiving a voltage that's out of range for that motor. The pulse width modulator will be way over here. I'll run the wires up here, and I'll have the pulse width modulator right here where I'll have access to both the switch as well as the control knob for the speed. Pulse width modulator is then going to have lines that run back all the way back to the motor. The motor is going to be mounted here. And then the battery is going to connect to the solar charge controller. And I'll also connect the battery to the inverter. So I think I'll wire these things up. If everything looks like it's working, then I'll go ahead and put everything into its final position. All right, wouldn't be a true DIY project if you didn't use JB Weld at some point. So this is going to be to hold the pulse width modulator. All right, so we'll let this set overnight. All right, so this JB Weld has sat overnight, and I imagine this thing is pretty well locked on there at this point. Oh yeah, that's on there. Got this all hooked up. Let's go ahead and power it up and see what we have. I'm using these self-tapping wood screw. Well, maybe these are metal, actually. I think these might be for metal. But anyway, they're self-tapping. So I'm just going to screw those right in there. This is my 12 volt load going to my 24 volt step-up transformer. Okay, solar charge controller is set up now. All right, there it is. It is in the sun, sunbathing, taking its little sun bath. I don't really know how to read the screen, honestly. Nothing is blinking, so...
Sandy. Hi, funny girl. Hello. Hello, Goof. Hello, Goof. Mm-hmm. Hey, Goofball.
All right, there we go. So yellow is positive and black is negative. Let me just switch, try reversing it. Yep, I can start stringing up the pulse width modulator. So that is testable at this point. We can test it. All right, so this is the inaugural test of the, what is this? No, motorized solar power station. So I've got my little pulse width modulator here, and turn it on, and then I've got my little speed dial, so let's see if it, oh no, yeah, the gear is slipping, okay. So let me try this. There we go, okay, got the gear to catch. Okay, here we go. Oh, did I turn it off? Okay. Is it not strong enough? Okay. Yeah, you can feel it push a little bit. But then, so watch, if you come over here, you can see the wheel. Kind of push it a little bit when I turn the crank all the way up. And then when I release it, it rolls back. See that? So it's trying, it's just not strong enough. I'm gonna figure something out. Get a good grip on it. Okay, go ahead. Oh, yeah, I think I just need a new wheel. So the thing I want to do, I want to get a new wheel with a larger cog here, and I'll see if I can find a smaller cog here. And that'll reduce the gear ratio. Previous motor didn't work. The previous motor was 350 watts, so that's about half a horsepower. Didn't work, and then also my wheel, the gear was slipping. I had to make two changes to the design. The first is I needed a new, more powerful motor. That meant that I needed a new power source. So in the previous setup, I was using a 12-volt battery together with a 12 to 24-volt converter. That 24-volt converter then fed into a pulse width modulator that fed into the 24-volt motor. And that motor, again, wasn't powerful enough. So I upgraded to a 2,000-watt, 48-volt motor that's basically designed for bicycles and scooters. Oh yeah, that's a beauty right there. Look at that. And that handle has a switch. So there's the switch. Oh, it's even got keys. It's too funny. I'm hoping this fits on the bicycle handles that I have. And I'm hoping that this cable is long enough. That is so funny. It's got keys. That just cracks me up. Feels pretty sturdy, pretty solid. And then I'm surprised at how nice this is. Okay, so it's got like 8,000 wires. I'm assuming that some of these go to like headlight. All right, I think this should work just perfectly. Here's the battery, 25 amp hour. Just need to weld some on the back here, probably another inch or so onto the back, and that'll give me enough room to be able to mount this mounting bracket onto my mounting plate. Up to the motor right here. I've got the power coming from the motor controller. I've got the handle and the anti-theft key hooked up to the appropriate places here. I've got this little three-way speed controller hooked up. This will just stay on one, of course. I won't need to go up to 2 or 3, so this is kind of redundant. But anyway, I've got this hooked up, and the battery is charging. So I've got the inverter turned on, and I've got the battery charger plugged in. And so the battery charger is plugged into the 48-volt battery. So this is charging. Has a red light at the moment. I'm hoping that once it's charged, it'll turn to green. I'm not really sure how that works. Next step is I'm going to have to cut this connector off. And then I'll put some little eyes on this. And then I'm going to attach the power right here. Almost there. It's like torture. Every little step along the way gets me one step closer, but I'm still so far from testing it. And it's just frustrating to see how close I am, but I'm just having to wait on all these little bits and pieces to come together. But I'll make it through. Here's the little handle, and I think if I turn the key, oh yeah, we have power. Looks like the battery's low, which I knew. And then this is a motor, this is like a motorcycle handle, so if I spin it backward, that revs up the motor. So let's see if this is gonna work. There we go. There it is.
Next side?
Oh, that is so freaking cool.
Can I try, Daddy?
Yes, you can. What do you think? There's another part to this whole thing, which is this little speed controller. It's currently set on 1. You can turn it all the way up. So there it's set on 1. Let's switch it to 2, so let it go. All right, so now it's set on 2. Oh, yeah. All right, and now we'll set it on 3. That's all the way? Something is wired wrong.
We're going to be removing a chain. We're just installing a chain. We don't need those pliers.
We will be removing one.
Right. Now, the chain that's on there, I believe, will need to be broken.
Mm-hmm.
This Ziploc baggie here contains what I think is called a master link or a quick link.
Mm-hmm.
You can pick. I don't know if we're going to put this thing in the rain or not.
I know realistically it's going to be exposed to a good amount of moisture. All right, welcome back, everybody. So where we left off with this is that, well, I had one motor on here. It fit on here well enough to where I could run this. This is 410 chain right here, and I could actually fit it on there. But now I've got this new motor, and it's got a different mount on it, and this chain is no longer long enough to actually fit onto that sprocket. So my buddy Miguel is a bike enthusiast, and he's going to help me out. He bought me a new chain, so we're going to take this old chain off. We're going to put the new chain on. So Miguel's got some specialized tools. I've never seen these before, so this is all new to me.
Now this here is just your nicer chain breaker. It's not a $10 chain breaker. Those frequently don't fit certain chain types. I couldn't tell you which one, but in my experience, this has cut any chain I've asked it to. I'm just locating a pin to push through, and here I go. Just got to make sure it's feeding right through there, though, and it is. And this here is a fine tool here. This video is not yet sponsored by Lesign.
There we go. Got to reach out for a
by
sponsorship.
This time tomorrow, right?
That's right. That's right.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yes, indeed.
And so this thing is just making quick work. It's a beautiful tool. All done. And so what has happened is I've pressed it through. Pardon, I've used this pin to press through, and the
Here it is.
I don't know what the word
Here's
is.
the pin.
Yeah, that pin there is not with us anymore. And so, bam, this guy. Made by SRAM, so you know it's good stuff. Standard stuff here.
Okay, the die has been cast.
Okay, we've been doing some measurements here, very crude ones. We determined that this is a good place to cut. Remains will be inner plates, right where I'm touching, as these inner plates will be joined by the outer plates provided by the quick link. That all being said, it's time. Yeah, those are outer plates there. It's time. Once you shorten the chain, you should not bother lengthening it. It is too difficult. Okay, here we go, and bam. Might use this Master Link plier made by Park Tool Company. Now, this video is not sponsored by Park Tool.
You're so much better at this than I am, Miguel.
I want to just get it on there. It's not quite on right, but it's not far off either. There we go.
Nice. That's it, huh?
That's a chain.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I can put one bolt through here. Nice. Please, God. Yes. Okay. Putting the bolts on right now. And then we just need to get the chain on there. Miguel's going to do the chain. Yeah.
I like your boobs.
But never say never. Park Tool makes some great tools. Let me tell you. Sometimes they're just making stuff that no one else can make. Bingo, bango, bongo.
So we're going to use these crescent wrenches.
Yep, the idea is just try to get it perpendicular to the axles as best you can. And so that's going to mean you pull them back, but it's not just quite right because you got to get the tension right. And so you pull more, but then the other side's offset, and so you're going to end up kind of just, you just need signs, so you're done. It's not right, we'll fix it later.
You ready for this?
Yeah,
shit?
go!
Here we
go! You got it.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
No, you're good. I'm fine, I'm fine. Check the lines, straight as I can. You're wrong, we're done. Fix it. Sure. Heck yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Look
Look at that.
Are we talking half-inch of play? That's a little too tight. I'm sorry to bother you about it, man, but that's actually might be just right.
Man.
That actually might be just right.
Shit.
You got to give it a run, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Give it a run.
Okay. So those are all bolted down. This guy's on there. We've got this little speed controller here. It's got 1, 2, and 3. Right now it's on 1. We're just going to keep it on 1, I think. And then we got this little motorcycle handle. Yeah. And then we turn this on. Sucker's on. And then we move the torch. Is this really going to work? Here we go. Oh, shit.
Get her done. Yeah. My man.
Yes, it fucking works. Oh my god. Alright, we gotta get this thing down to the field. Like ASAP.
Bro, we got to lube the chain.
Oh, okay.
I know what you're talking about. Get her down to the field. You're crazy, bro. Bro.
Oh shit. This way. Is that in a position you can lube it now?
Couldn't tell you.
Alright.
I'd have to like.
Put it in the barn just a few minutes ago, and it works, we think. But this is the first time we have a straightaway. Yeah.
Nice. Hell yeah. not pushing forward.
Learning a lot. How about you?
Yeah, this is wild.